Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Xbox catch-up video, getting you caught up on the latest and greatest news revolving around Xbox. So we're going to get right into it because the first thing that I want to talk about is Grounded's new update. So it's going to be called the Make or Break update, releasing on November 13th, so not too far from now. Now this update will allow players to create anything they want in the backyard. So basically it's Halo Forge, but for Grounded. So you can craft your own levels, create things like puzzles, mini-games, and even battle arenas. Then you could even place in AI. I would like to see what people create. What modes do they create? You know, that'd be kind of cool. You know, kind of like a death match in there. I don't know what they can actually do, but I'm looking forward to seeing what people create because I have been looking into getting back into Grounded. You know, even for a little bit. I did mention when I first heard about this update that I was thinking about getting in depending on what it was because I've missed out on the last few updates. But I think it's time for me to actually get in, probably towards December time when people have created something cool. Now the next big topic to talk about will be that Microsoft will no longer allow non-authorized accessories to be used on the Xbox console. So if you have any accessories that end up triggering the error code that's on screen right now, basically it's saying that that accessory is not authorized and it will no longer work as of November 12th. Now Microsoft is expanding their approval program so more third-party manufacturers can get their accessories authorized. So the main reason this is being done is because of the moddable controllers provided by third party that are not authorized, because you can add things like aimbot, rapid fire, and other methods to cheat. So I'm all for Microsoft and Xbox doing this, but the one downside is that a lot of fighting game community players actually use non-authorized fighting sticks. And basically this is going to cause them to switch to another console or platform to end up playing that fighting game. I don't know what they're going to do with Killer Instinct. You know, we're supposed to get a resurgence with the Anniversary Edition. I don't know if they're going to end up bringing that to PC, but if they end up bringing it out just on Xbox, it's going to be one of those things that a lot of fighting game community players, they might not want to play on Xbox if they have to use a certain controller. They want to use their controller, which is not doing anything wrong. It is not cheating, none of that type of stuff. So that's one of those things that hopefully Microsoft will be able to figure out. Now the one thing, and it kind of could be a workaround, I really shouldn't mention it, but you know, the info's out there, is that Microsoft did come out and confirmed that the USB accessories connected to an Xbox adaptive controller will not be subject to the enforcement even if the accessory attached is not directly licensed. So to me that kind of sounds like a loophole, and I'm pretty sure it's a loophole right now, but I'm pretty sure Microsoft will end up, I guess, coming back to that. That's just something that they'll have to figure out down the line. But right now, they want to shut down, I guess, just the main controllers. So, nonetheless, I'm glad that it's going to stop cheaters. I just hope that it doesn't deter people from playing games on Xbox. And then for the third big topic, it's that Capcom said there is a major unannounced game that will be releasing before March 2024. So we're looking at about 5 months or less. Now, when I hear major, it would mean that this game is a really big game. I mean, I would say that it has to sell well and everything like that. So the only games that I feel Capcom has that would fall under that would be Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and Devil May Cry. Now, if it's releasing by March and we have not heard an announcement yet, it means it's going to be coming very soon, that announcement at least. Now, what's very soon would be the Game Awards in December, but at the same exact time, nowadays, anyone can go ahead and drop news on Twitter or YouTube, or there might even be a PlayStation Direct that we don't know about talking about that God of War DLC that I'm kind of hearing rumored right there. So it could be announced there. I like those ones because usually whatever's in PlayStation's Direct, if it's not first party, it usually is coming to Xbox also. So it kind of lets us getting a look at that. I know Resident Evil Village was in a PlayStation Direct, so that's the reason why I'm saying it might end up being in one of those type of things. But nonetheless, whatever they end up announcing should be something big. Now, a recent Resident Evil Insider said that Resident Evil 9 was coming soon since it was in development since 2018. Now this is the same person that said Resident Evil 9 has the biggest budget in the franchise history. So it does seem like there's a big chance that both of these things lining up means Resident Evil 9 is coming up. Now me personally, I love Resident Evil, but I stopped after 6, so I still have not got around to 7 or 8. I own both of them. It's just one of those things, I have not gotten around to it. But when the Resident Evil 4 remake came out, I had to play it. Same with part 2, same with part 3. But I have not gotten around to those new ones. So I think it's about time I end up skipping right to those ones. I'm going to have to move those ones in front of some of the other games that I had planned to play this winter. But let me know in the comments below, which game do you hope it is and which game do you think it is? Next up, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag has now passed over 34 million players. Now that's no wonder that I'm kind of hearing about a remake. Now for those of you who haven't already heard, someone had leaked months ago that they were doing an AC4 remake. This is going to be a ground up remake, basically just taking what AC4 had, because it's one of the favorites out there when it comes down to the original formula Assassin's Creed, and it seems like they're just remaking it. I mean, this game overall, it had high praises when it was first released. So when this supposed leak first came out, I was one of those on the fence of, is it true, is it not? We'll have to wait and see. But now that Assassin's Creed account is actually talking about Assassin's Creed 4 passing 34 million after years and years of it being out, I think they might be trying to get that AC4 back into our head for the announcement probably next year. Either way it goes, if it does release, it will be a day one buy, a day one play for me. Now we're on the topic of remakes. We have Max Payne 1 and 2 remake info. Now according to a spokesperson, the development has progressed into the production readiness stage, with the spokesperson of the studio stating, "We have gained clarity on the style and scope of the game, and we have an exceptionally well-organized team working on it." Now Max Payne 1 and 2 came out during the time when I really wasn't playing a whole lot of video games. I had a whole lot of other stuff going on in my life, so I will be checking those remakes out when they do release. Now on top of that, Remedy also confirmed that they are working on Control 2, but it remains in the proof of concept stage for at least a while. And I'm thinking probably until they can start moving people off of Max Payne 1 and 2 remake over to this one. So it looks like a whole lot coming to Remedy in the future, since they just dropped Alan Wake 2 to high praises. Now in the next topic, we're going to be talking about the Lies of P teaser. So the director posted a director's letter video on YouTube. Now in that video, he talked about the new patch dropping later this month. And then the two big things to walk away with from that video is that there will be DLC for the first game, and they are going to be working on a second game, a sequel to Lies of P. Now I haven't done my run through of Lies of P just yet, but hopefully I will probably in December. I got 2 games that I'm working on right now 100%ing before I'll actually move on to Lies of P. Now my last bit of news is going to be the Game Pass editions. So obviously I'm only talking about games releasing in the first half of November. So the first one is going to be Thirsty Suitors, which releases tomorrow, November 2nd. Then on November 6th, there will be Football Manager 2024. On November 9th, there will be 3 games, Dungeons 4, Like a Dragon Gaiden, and Wild Hearts. Again, all releasing on November 9th. Then on the 13th, we'll get Spirity, and then on the 14th, Coral Island. So a total of 7 games coming in the Game Pass the first half of November. And then in the second half of November, we got word that Roller Dome will be coming to Game Pass on November 28th. So as I said before, when we get games in the Game Pass, we lose games from Game Pass. So there will be 6 games for the Xbox console that will be removed from Game Pass. You can see on screen right now, to me, none of those are heavy hitters. Some of those are games that I've heard are good, but they're, more of like indie, smaller scope type games. Now, I'm not saying that indie games aren't quality, because I played quite a bit of quality indie games, but I'm just saying none of these are like those big blockbuster hits. But again, let me know in the comments below, which of these games have you played that are good, or which have you played that weren't worth your time? Help me and the community out. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you found it informative. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. Until next time, Assassinator out.